welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm here with Ayisha Osori. We're talking 2019 and politics and party politics in Nigeria. And I want to talk about 2019 now. There's a lot of names being thrown into the crowd already. We've heard about the former vice president who has moved back to the PDP. I've lost count of how many times he's moved parties.
Let's not do that.
But yeah, he's there now. We're not sure if Mr. President is going to run, but everything points to the fact that he will. I saw in the papers today, I think 10 northern governors have endorsed him, saying that he should run because they believe in continuity.
Of course.
So, I mean, all of these names are starting to come out. We're not sure if the Senate president will run, but his name continues to be in the mix. Mr. Vice President, even, his name has come up a few times. Yes, we're not sure if it's a thing. There's Bola Ahmed Tinubu as well in the corner. So there's all of these permutations going on. How do you think this is going to play out, looking at things from today? Oh, God.
Well, for me, the APC, I'm not expecting anything new. Let's just put it that way. And I think you're right. You know, I don't know the president's mind, and I'm not very good at body language reading. But even if he doesn't want to run, my sense is that he's still going to have to run because of the interests of the people who want him to run.
So it's more than just him now.
Yeah, and you know, in the north, for example, you find that people campaign with Buhari's posters. That's why since 2003 he's been a candidate, because the northern people, politicians, know that he's so loved by the people that you find some posters, in fact, Buhari's face is on 80% and then the person running is on like 20% because, you know, they're trying to sell themselves through him. Yeah. So those people would definitely be trying to do that. And just look at the people who are endorsing him, the governors, they're all first-term governors. So, of course, you look at it, they want to be able to campaign with him in 2019. But I'm not sure if that will work. Because for me, just looking at the numbers, I say to myself, Buhari had this famed 12 million votes since 2003, but that never got him into the presidency. In 2015, he won with like another extra 3 million votes, bringing it to 15 million. I'm not sure that he has gained
any
more
than
votes,
that.
Honestly, and I'm quite sure that he's lost. So for me, the calculation for other parties, the red card movement like Obi Ezekwesili, who are saying anybody but, would be to how can we get a candidate who's going to get us 15 million plus votes, maybe even just 16 million.
Is there a candidate like that?
I honestly think it's doable. I don't see why not. Because I think part of what is wrong with us, and I've tested this a few times, when you talk about elections, people immediately start throwing out names, like you did, you know, Atiku, Saraki, and then start saying why they don't like them. I'm like, why don't you think about it this way? What does Nigeria need today in a president? What characteristics? What qualities? If you don't find them amongst the faces, then why aren't we looking elsewhere? Why aren't we looking at the private sector? Why aren't we looking somewhere else? Must the person be somebody who is in politics
but how practical is that? Seeing how much of a role money plays in our politics, and we're talking billions. We're not talking child's play. So anybody who's going to come out of the blue, I mean, if you're going to pull an Obama, it's going to take...
How did Obama raise money? And not to idealize Obama, I'm sure he's still got lots of big money, but he raised money in 2008 from small donations. My book, Love Doesn't Win Elections, shows how I raised almost 10 million in less than 6 weeks. I didn't do anything magical. For me, that story should be the story of all Nigerians who want to disrupt the current process. If you're a person of values that people think they like, we will support you. People will give you money. People will campaign for you. People will give you money. So this person that we're supporting, or these people that we want to support in 2019, they don't have to be fantastically wealthy. They don't have to be Dangotes or Tedola. They also don't have to have access to government money like NNPC and CBN. But if we buy into the vision that they can sell us, I bet you will support them, honestly. And for me, getting 10 million Nigerians to give 1,000 naira, for me, should be more rewarding and more satisfying than going to go and beg one big person to give you 10 million naira. And I think it's doable. I honestly don't think that we should discourage ourselves or make it seem like what we're trying to do is impossible. Yeah. It just takes a lot of hard work and innovation, but we can do it, especially with the use of technology. Yeah. People were donating 100 naira recharge card to Buhari's campaign. Trust me, many people are not going to do that in 2019. Let them give that money to somebody else. And my sense about Nigeria's elite, especially the business sector, is that they're such survivors, to use a generous word, that when they see the way the wind is blowing, they will move and they will support that candidate. Yeah. Or they will hedge their bets and support all, so that whoever wins this, so this person will still raise money. So let's not be discouraged.
What's the possibility of a new party coming into the mix? I mean, some people say it's already too late now, because even before for the APC to pull off what they did, they started at least 2 years
before.
They started a lot longer, but 2 years was when the party formed and they started, you know, making all the noise. Now it's less than a year. It's about a year. Actually, it's less than a year to primaries.
Primaries must be done by October 7th.
So is there a possibility of that, or is the possibility of a new candidate besides these names we keep hearing? Is there going to be a surprise name, you think?
I'm hoping. I agree that I'm just winging on hope right now. I can't tell you that definitively, but yes. Oh, actually, no. I do know somebody who is thinking about it seriously.
Okay.
I don't have the liberty to say his name because he hasn't given that permission. But I know that
from the private sector?
From mix, public, international exposure, well-spoken. And for me, yes, we need those people to come out and run, honestly. And for me, what I tell everybody is we might not disrupt anything in 2019, so we might not get any serious change between the options that APC and PDP give us. But if we give a good enough showing to a third force, to a third candidate, we can build on that for 2023. Let's just not forget that change is not going to happen like this, and we just have to think long-term.
Does it bother you that women are not in this conversation
a
lot? I'm not looking at the literal conversation.
Sure.
In the mix of, okay, these are the people we're looking at.
The planning,
I mean, once in a while you hear about, Obi Ezekwesili. Once in a while you hear about Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. They never really say anything about whether they would do it or not. But, I mean, should there be more of that, you think?
Totally. I definitely think that there should be more women. But you see, the thing is that women and men are socialized very differently.
Yeah.
So more women I understand, and it's not just in Nigeria. Most women that you see in politics across the world, even in more civilized societies, you find that they've been approached and told to run. So it's not something they just sit on their own and say, oh, I can be president. That's not how women are wired, because we're not socialized to think we can lead. We're usually socialized to think we should support, we should follow. But if you tell enough women you should run, we'll start seeing more women. So my challenge would be, if we really want more women, there are many women who are doing wonderful things in the private sector, public sector. Let's identify these women and ask them and encourage them to run. And I think we'll find more women running. That's a bit of the way I got courage to run. I didn't ever think I was ever going to run for office. It wasn't something I ever dreamt about or thought was an ambition. But because of the role that I worked in at that time that I ran as CEO of the Women's Trust Fund, which is an organization that's set up to try and get more women into politics, many women would just say to me, well, why are you not running? You could run too. No, and it was affirmative. It wasn't in a bad way. They were like, but you're fantastic. You speak well, you articulate, you know the issues, you're intelligent. Why can't you run too? And I was like, okay, maybe I am being a bit of a hypocrite. Why should I be telling other women to run if I won't run myself? So for me, I think, and I do tell many of the women that I know, you should run. So I think we need more Nigerians telling the good women in their lives, go, I will support you.